Have you felt it? That sinking feeling in your stomach when you pull up to the pump and realize your $40 fill up just became $60? Or when you check your 401k and see months of gains wiped out in a single afternoon? Welcome back to Dishku Investing. I'm Dishku, and today we need to have a serious, heart-to-heart talk about what just happened in Washington, D.C. The headlines are screaming, Federal Reserve cancels rate cuts. But for most of us, that's just jargon. What it really means is that the relief we were all promised, lower mortgage rates, cheaper car loans, and a cooling economy, has been officially put on ice. Instead, we're facing a triple threat: skyrocketing gas prices, a plummeting stock market, and interest rates that are staying painfully high. If you're a beginner just trying to keep your head above water, this video is for you. We're moving past the fear and into the facts. Because in this economy, the only thing more expensive than gas is ignorance. Let's dive in. To understand why your wallet feels lighter, we have to look at the man in the suit, Jerome Powell. For months, the word on the street was that the Fed would start cutting interest rates by March of 2026. Why? Because we were told inflation was under control. But the reality on the ground, it's different. The Fed just held their meeting and essentially said, not so fast. They capped the benchmark rate at 3.5 to 3.75%. Now, why should you care? Think of interest rates like the price of money. When rates are high, it's expensive for you to borrow for a house or a business. Most everyday Americans were waiting for these cuts to finally jump into the real estate market. Maybe you were planning to buy your first home or refinance that high-interest debt. By canceling or delaying these cuts, the Fed is sending a clear message. Inflation is stickier than we thought. They're scared that if they lower rates now, prices will spiral even further out of control. But here's the emotional toll. While the Fed waits for data, real people are waiting for a break. We're seeing a wait-and-watch approach from the government, but your landlord isn't waiting to raise the rent, and the grocery store isn't waiting to hike the price of X. The Fed's biggest fear is the 1970s scenario, where they cut rates too early, inflation roared back, and it took a decade to fix. So they're keeping the brakes on the economy. For you, this means your high-interest credit card debt is going to stay expensive, and that dream home might stay out of reach for just a bit longer. It feels like a betrayal of the American dream promise, doesn't it? But understanding why they're doing it is the first step to making sure you don't get crushed by it. Now, let's talk about the oil shock. Why is gas $4 plus? As of mid-March of 2026, gas prices across the USA have surged. In some states, we're seeing averages jump 30 to 50 cents in a single week. Why is this happening? It's a perfect storm of global conflict. The tensions in the Middle East, specifically involving Iran and the shipping routes in the Strait of Hormuz, have sent crude oil prices past $100 a barrel. When the world is worried about war, oil traders panic, and when they panic, you pay. This is what we call a supply shock. It doesn't matter how hard you work or how much you save. If the cost to transport goods goes up, everything goes up. That gallon of milk has to be driven to the store in a truck that runs on diesel. Those Amazon packages, delivered by vans that are now 20% more expensive to fuel. For the everyday American, this is a regressive tax. It hits the person driving an old Ford F-150 to a construction site way harder than the billionaire in a private jet. I want you to realize something. This gas hike is exactly why the Fed canceled those rate cuts. Energy is the backbone of inflation. If gas is expensive, the Fed cannot lower interest rates because high energy costs keep the CPI high. It feels like we're being squeezed from both sides. High interest rates are holding your debt captive, and high gas prices are draining your daily cash flow. It's okay to feel angry about this. It's okay to feel like the deck is stacked against you. But we're not just going to complain, we're going to look at how this is hitting your investments next. When the Fed says no rate cuts, Wall Street throws a tantrum. On March 18th, we saw the Dow drop nearly 800 points. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ followed suit. Why does the stock market hate high rates? Because companies thrive on cheap money. When it's expensive to borrow, tech giants and small businesses alike spend less on expansion. Profits shrink, and investors run for the hills. But here is the Dishku truth. For the everyday investor, a plummeting market is a double-edged sword. If you're retired, it's scary. If you're a beginner with 20 years ahead of you, this is actually where wealth is built. Think about it. When gas is $4, everyone wants it to be $2. But when stocks go from 400 to 300, people get scared and stop buying. That's backwards. You want to buy the things you believe in when they are on sale. However, we have to be practical. In 2026, blindly investing in everything might not work. We're seeing a K-shaped recovery. While tech might struggle with high rates, energy companies and value stocks, the ones that make things people need, like food and medicine, are holding steady. The practical step? Don't panic sell. The biggest mistake beginners make is checking their portfolio every hour and selling at the bottom because the news is scary. The news is designed to be scary. It gets clicks. Your strategy should be designed to be boring. Focus on cash reserves. With high gas and high rates, having an emergency fund is no longer optional. It's your survival kit. Debt management. If you have high-interest credit cards, pay them off now. Those rates aren't coming down anytime soon. Real estate reality. If you're looking at houses, remember, marry the house, date the rate. You can always refinance later, but don't overextend yourself on a monthly payment you can't afford today just because you hope rates will drop next month. The Fed just told us they might not. The world is changing fast, but you don't have to navigate it alone. If this breakdown helped you make sense of the chaos, hit that like button and subscribe to Dishku Investing.